also wanted to thank all the people that put this together, Zvi Fishman, and everybody that's been involved, his son, all the people that schlepped in this stuff, helped with this make this conference happen. I also want to thank Jason. Jason actually put together this survey. It was an online survey which we put up, and within 24 hours we had over 100 responses. Very, very fascinating statistics that we came up with, and it's still going around, so we're still collecting the information. I'll just read over a little bit of what we have seen, what we have gleaned over the past couple days. So first of all, we asked, are you currently considering making Aliyah to Israel? There were 102 responses. 47.1% said yes. 45.1% said maybe in the future, and only 7.8% said no. So the vast majority of the respondees said that they were either considering making Aliyah, or maybe now, or maybe soon in the future. The next question was, how interested are you in the idea of making Aliyah? Also 102 responses. 60.8% said very interested in the idea of making Aliyah. 32.4% said somewhat interested, and the rest were not interested. We had questions like, what are the primary reasons you are considering making Aliyah? Over 100 responses. The majority of them, I'm not going to go through all of them right now, but the majority of them said 64.7% said religious or spiritual reasons. 62.7% said anti-Semitism. So there is definitely a fear aspect. And truth be told, the majority of Olim to this country unfortunately, they came out of fear, out of persecution, running away from something. And that has been the impetus for many of the Jews to come back. We hope people come back for virtue, as Rabbi Przanski spoke about in the beginning, but unfortunately it's usually running away from something. The next question was, what are the main challenges you are concerned about with respect to making Aliyah? 71.6% said housing and the cost of living. So that's very interesting. 58.8% said employment opportunities. 55.9% said language barrier. So these are all things that we should be working on as a country to help our brothers and sisters come home. The next question was, how familiar are you with the resources and support available for new Olim immigrants to Israel? 51% said somewhat familiar. 39.2% said not familiar at all, and only 9.8% said very familiar. So we need to do better at getting that information out to them. The next question was, which of the following resources would be most helpful to you in considering or making Aliyah? 61.8% said housing assistance. 55.9% said job placement assistance. 51% said Hebrew language courses, very similar to the responses of the last question. 49% said legal and bureaucratic assistance. The next question was, how likely are you to make Aliyah within the next 5 years? Over 100 responses. 32.4% said somewhat likely. 33.3% said very likely. And 21.6% said not likely. 12.7% said undecided. So the majority of them were answering that they are definitely somewhat interested, if not interested, in making Aliyah within the next 5 years. Next question was, if you have previously visited Israel, how did that experience influence your interest in making Aliyah? Over 100 responses. The vast majority, 51% of the responses said significantly increased my interest. Next question, would you consider making Aliyah if more support and resources were available to you? Again, the vast majority, 59.8% said yes. 31.4% said maybe, and only a few said no. Does anti-Semitism play a role in your decision to consider making Aliyah? 49%, the vast majority again, said yes, it is a significant factor. 32.4% said yes, it's a minor factor, and the rest said it did not play a role or were undecided. These were some of the questions that were asked, some of the statistics that we're gathering. We also allowed for them to add some phrases about, or just some miscellaneous information, things that they thought about Aliyah. And it's fascinating. I'm not going to go through it all now, but there are pages here, hundreds and hundreds of responses of what people were saying. People that all different responses. I mean, I can just mention a few of them. Somebody said that they applied to Aliyah a year and a half ago, and it's been very difficult through the Jewish Agency and the Misrad Pnim. Some people talked about the problem of housing. Some people discussed having elderly parents or older children in the U.S., and that's a big issue. Someone spoke about special needs services for her adult daughter. It goes on and on and on. All different issues. What this does tell us is that the current organizations that are dealing with these questions are not doing their job 100%, because then we wouldn't be getting all of these responses, where clearly we see that these are not being attended to. These people are having serious issues, and they need help, and they need help now. There's like I said, it's not only a matter of convincing the masses to make Aliyah, but it's a matter of helping those tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Jews that have already decided that they are interested and they want to make Aliyah. They just have whatever challenges that they have to overcome, and helping them overcome those challenges. So with that,